a fall from grace, in front of a luxury house made of 2 floors. The luxury house stands proudly, clad in a warm beige facade. The building exudes an air of comfort and tranquility, with tall windows and a welcoming front door. The garden surrounding the house is lush and well-maintained, adding to the overall sense of opulence and sophistication. 2 police officers knocking on the door. 2 black male officers are standing in front of his door. Will opened the door. He is a tall guy with black hair, some strands of gray starting to show. He has bright blue eyes that are contrasted against his fair skin. He gives off an air of comfort, appearing relaxed and at ease, with his choice of wearing a pajama with a black shirt and his red plaid pajama pants. He was holding his little girl on his arm with her long blonde hair, sparkling blue eyes, and her dimpled face. The moment he opened the door, he looked concerned and clueless, unlike his daughter who was holding her teddy bear and laughing, showing her dimples more. One of the police officers started to talk.
CHP, Mr. Will Pierce, you're under arrest for kidnapping.
He says, looking kinda sad for Will, but he kept telling himself that Will is guilty, even though he couldn't believe that. He couldn't believe a famous therapist could do this. He even knows people who go to him. The other police officer started to talk. He looks more firm and more older than the other one.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you.
Will's expressions changed. He became concerned, but still clueless. He frowns in confusion. The officers start to get near him to cuff him. Wait, kidnapping? There has to be something wrong, he said, looking clueless and not getting what's happening. He puts his little girl down. She starts to notice that something is wrong. She looked up at him with her wide eyes and small face.
Daddy, what's happening?
It's okay, sweetie. Everything is going to be okay, he says gently, trying to calm his little girl, even though he can't calm himself. The officers started to cuff him, while he kept trying to convince himself that this is a bad dream, and that he'll wake up and find everything back to normal. They closed the cuffs around his hand, while he was still sure that this had to be a mistake, or some bad dream. Just while they were getting out of the house, his wife came out of the kitchen, which is in front of the house's door. Amelia is a tall woman with long, shiny blonde hair that falls gracefully over her shoulders. Her face is kind and warm, with slight smile lines. She's still 30, but she smiles so much that smile lines have already started to show on her face. She has small, full lips and a fair complexion. Her brown eyes hold a sparkle of warmth and happiness. Wearing a pair of soft and cozy cotton white pajamas, she exudes a sense of comfort and ease. The moment she saw Will and the police, her expressions changed. She rushed toward the door.
Will, what's happening?
She kept looking around, unable to understand what's going on. It's okay. It's okay, babe, just call the lawyer, he said gently, trying to calm everyone around him. He said while getting the first step down the stairs.
Mommy, where are they taking Daddy?
Lily said, looking up at her mum with her wide eyes in tears. Amelia looked down at her, not knowing what to say. She hugs her daughter tightly with one arm, murmuring softly in her ears.
Everything is going to be okay, sweetie. Everything is going to be okay.
Her voice is full of emotions, full of pain and fear. She tries to hide her tears from her daughter. Will was getting down the steps in front of his door, while looking back at his daughter. It's the only thing he could think about. He could see the fear in her face, even though she was trying to hide it. He could see how she was holding her teddy bear tightly, trying to make herself feel better, trying to convince herself that everything is going to be okay. The only thing he was thinking about was her. She's the most important thing for him. He would kill just to hug her one more time before he goes to his fate that he knows nothing about yet. Lily was trying to hold her tears as much as she could, but the moment he got in the police car, she burst into tears. She couldn't handle it. She couldn't handle her daddy being taken away from her. She held her teddy bear tighter, trying not to break down more. She was scared, terrified, just wanting her life 5 minutes ago when she was playing with her dad hide and seek.
Daddy, please don't go. I need you,
she says, tears falling down her wide blue eyes. Even when he got in the car, he was still looking at her, wishing he could go hug her, or at least get her in her room to not see her dad in the police car. As the car started moving, he was still looking at her until she was out of his sight. He was only thinking about her, that he didn't even notice that there were people filming him getting arrested and some reports standing in front of his house. He couldn't even think about himself or what was going to happen to him. The only thing that couldn't get out of his mind was his daughter's looks. He didn't want her to ever be broken like this. He didn't even realize how much time went until they arrived at the police station. One officer opened the door for him, and the other was standing behind him. He got his first step on the floor with the cuffs on, and for the first time he felt like this wasn't a dream or a mistake. It's real. Everything is real.